Mm. Oh, look at that.
Right.
I know.
He like shot up. And he's like soon.
Crazy.
I can't believe it.
I know.
Yeah, he's so I give him a pound every day, and I'm like, "What's up, buddy?"
Right.
Ms. Leader, the school doesn't have any resources
So-
for the tax exam, the tax prep classes that you know of?
I don't think so, because I asked Mr. McGee, and he's trying to see he. Oh, actually, let me ask him if he.
They are
which is-
ridiculously
which is-
expensive.
You can set everything, put everything up in the back.
So,
Did you guys sign in?
every time I go to Catholic,
Yeah. You signed in?
I have to
Okay.
take the tax exam.
Mm-hmm.
So the tax exam I already paid for, but the prep classes, like
Oh.
$1,000.
Yeah.
We're talking about just like 1 or 2 days. Prep classes. I'm like, this is crazy. And even online, like I found like an online thing, it's like $800, $400. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Like, how can people even afford?
Right. Yeah, the day you guys had the meeting, my son was supposed to play that, whatever the day it rained that
Mhm.
week. And they changed the game to that day. I'm like, oh my God, and it totally completely
It's
swept
okay.
my mind.
Saw him knock it out the.
Yeah.
How's he doing? He likes it.
That's
So
what we
fun.
do.
Somebody.
This past weekend, we were in Long Island. We had a tournament out there, but it was like a lot. We played 3 games Saturday, 4 games on Sunday. Like
Wow. It's back to back.
we got home Saturday night, like around 11 at night,
Mm-hmm.
and then to get up early morning Sunday, and we didn't come back home till like 9:30.
Wow.
So literally
That's a
all day.
lot.
Off this weekend, thank God.
That is a lot. Um, Mr. Leader, when you come back, can you bring me one of the attendance sheets so I could write down the Zoom of people? Thank you. You need help, Taisha?
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, Mr. Robinson.
Hello there.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, if I knew y'all wanted speakers, I wish I had known that. Nobody told me I needed speakers. I already set that up before I left.
Okay.
I'm gonna fight the leader for that. Tell him I said that too.
Testing, testing. Please make sure you sign in at the door in the entrance over there, parents, please. And we're gonna be getting started in a few minutes. 5 minutes, we'll have food ready so you guys can get a bite.
Questions, 'cause I definitely want to give time. Whereas, because I'm not really supposed to be, I want to make sure they don't feel like the
100%.
principal is trying to be all over the place. But not now. Whenever you're ready. to
Okay.
step up, don't run.
Thank you, Mr. Mickey. I appreciate you. Hello, Miss Perez.
Hello. I'm
I-
doing I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. Can you just give me the advisory of your student and the name so I can make sure you get the class dojo points?
Okay, let me see. And Miss Hennessy 603. Is that what it is?
603. Okay. And what's the
Jaden Perez.
okay. Thank you. Hello, Miss Jimenez. Ms. Jimenez, if you can let me know the advisory of the student and the student's name so they can get their class dojo points.
Actually, they try to do that. But I'll bring it up. That's not it. It's a job.
Thank you, Ms. Jimenez. Hello, hello. If you're just joining us, please let me know the student's name and their advisory so they can get the class dojo points.
Yes, no.
Oh,
If anybody wants food, the food is up. You can get a bite, please. Don't be shy. This is for you guys.
That he wanted to adjust. That was okay.
Thank you, Ms. Macias. We got you.
Okay. There's so much room left. Mhm. Okay, we're gonna get started.
Good evening, parents, in person and online. My name is Tahisha Perry. I am the new president for PGMS. Thank you, thank you.
Good evening, parents. My name is Shanae Matos. I am the secretary of the executive board. This is my third year being the secretary.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Serena Rodriguez. I'm the treasurer for the executive board. We're happy that you guys are joining us. We like to see your faces. It's wonderful seeing everybody here. Please, everyone have something to eat. We have plenty of food. And we're happy to see you. Thank you for coming.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Shane Nickens. I'm the vice president of the committee of the PTA. This is my first year, so we're going to do a lot of absorbing, a lot of soaking in. I'm the rookie on the board, I guess you would say, but I do have a passion for kids. I work with juvenile detention, so I know how kids can veer off on the wrong path. So I just want to make sure that everybody's on the right path, on a strong path to success.
I would like to introduce our principal, Mr. McGee.
All right, thank you so much. First of all, I really want to welcome all of the parents. My name is Ian McGee. For those of you who do not know me, I do see a lot of familiar faces though, so most of you I am familiar with. But first of all, I just want to give a very huge round of applause to this PTA because they really did a phenomenal job last year. So let's give them a huge round of applause. And we can't forget our parent coordinator, Mr. Leader. Let's give him a huge round of applause as well. I would say that last year, since I've been in this building, and this is my 9th year at Pelham Gardens, 6th year as a principal, last year I would say was the best PTA that we've ever had. And I think it's only gonna go up from here. So I'm extremely grateful to all of the board members, those returning and new, extremely grateful to Mr. Leader, but none of this could be possible without all of you. So I'm so grateful that you're here today. We hope to see you back though at future meetings as well. And same goes for those of you who are online. Now this is a PTA, so teachers can come, but I'm gonna be honest, not all the teachers who have been here all day are gonna want to stay around till 5:30. But I do think that virtually, when you guys start doing more virtual sessions, that you'll probably get more teacher involvement with that. And also speaking of involvement, as a principal, I'm not really supposed to be part of the PTA, so you guys can have your conversations without thinking that I'm here listening in, trying to guide the direction. Definitely not, but we work closely together. So when the PTA asked me today if I could be here, I definitely said yes. And I'll always accommodate any requests they have because this is a partnership. Now, with that being said, before I go and allow you guys to have your conversations without the principal around, is there anybody that has a specific question for me that they want me to address before you guys have your session outside the principal? Yes, ma'am. Okay, great question. So all city schools administer MAP exams as a baseline assessment. Today was ELA, tomorrow is going to be math. So it's not something that's graded in-house. The MAP platform is the one that grades it. We should have results for that, I would say, within about 2 weeks. We should be having that. And at that point, parents will start sending out the information. Speaking of parents, in case anybody does not know, this Thursday is the virtual meet and greet night, okay? Virtual meet and greet night. What that means is between the hours of 4 through 7 p.m., and you're gonna be receiving an email about this if you haven't already, between 4 and 7 p.m. on Thursday, your child's advisor is going to call you to introduce themselves to you, and so you know about what's going on. Obviously, it's not like a parent-teacher conference where they're giving you, this is how they're performing. But because it is a one-on-one conversation, you can ask some of those questions. But the main purpose is a meet and greet. But remember that this Thursday between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., you're gonna get a call from your child's advisor. But those map results should be shared with you, I would say within the next 2 weeks. You're very welcome. Any other questions for me? All right, with that being.
You have him here, so ask the question. Or anybody online, if you have a question for Mr. McGee, type it in or say it now, because he's here.
And I just want to say, make sure guys take advantage. If you're hungry, get some of that food. Maybe you had some, you want some more, definitely go get that. We definitely try to do whatever we can to make sure that the parents feel welcome and are comfortable. But once again, I really thank you all so much. You got an amazing PTA here. So I'm going to turn it over to them, but I'll hang around for a little bit in case anybody in the chat adds any questions. But thank you so much, guys.
I'm clarifying right now.
Right.
Mr. Leader.
Get a present, you gotta pull.
Okay, now we'll call the meeting to order. We will now have the financial state coming from Ms. Serena.
Okay, so, as of today, currently we have a total of $582.51 in the PTA budget. That's a lot lower than we would like. Unfortunately, we had some hits last year that, you know, we couldn't help. Our goal this year is to really try to fundraise as much as we possibly can. So we encourage anyone with ideas. Ms. Perry, she'll speak a little bit about a popcorn fundraiser that she's bringing up about. And these things, unfortunately, are time sensitive. A lot of these fundraisers, the popcorn fundraiser, I'm hearing is actually 4 days only. So it's going to be kind of crunch time to try to get that in. We also have Ms. Perry went to an event, a DOE event for Dave & Buster's. So they're offering like things for a spirit night, you know, that's something we can look into. Some type of incentives for the kids where they are star students and they can get some free time of play. Any type of sponsorship anyone knows of, if you know anyone who's interested in sponsoring, that's helpful information. Anyone who has any type of idea for fundraising, we're welcome to it. We're here to hear from you. For the parent donations, we ask for $5 a month if anyone can. Nothing is too little, nothing is too much. So during these meetings, if anyone wants to donate money towards the PTA, you're welcome to, or at any other time. You don't have to do it today. But at the bare minimum, we ask for the dues to be $5 a month. Anybody have any questions about the financial state? I mean, it's for a parent, whatever you can give. We're not forcing you. It doesn't have to be per child. So the school doesn't have a Zelle account. We prefer cash, but in some circumstances, we can take Zelle. And I have Zelle, we all have Zelle, and we can just take it out and put it in, put it back into the bank. We'll try to make it as easy as possible and comfortable for you guys. I know a lot of you don't, it's not, carrying cash nowadays is not it. I never carry cash, so I understand. But we'll do our best to make it easier for you. Anybody else have any questions about the financial state? And if you guys need to reach us, we're gonna send something out after this meeting with our contact information, with our emails. You can reach us at any time. I'm fine with sharing my cell phone number if anyone wants to reach out by text or phone. If you have any questions, any ideas for us, we are open to that. Okay.
So one of our goals this year is to raise money for our seniors so they are able to go on a Disney trip for their senior class trip with the help of all the parents. We have sheets for you to sign up if y'all want to do fundraising. We're gonna have workshops. We need sponsorships because the trip is not cheap. The PTA will sponsor some of the children. Me and my husband, we will sponsor 10 children. Anybody have any questions or? Our goal is to raise at least 60,000. 60,000. Because we have 106 eighth graders.
If anybody is interested in joining these committees, we have sign-up sheets here in the front where you can put your name and your telephone and your email address. Because we all have to work together to raise these funds. So please don't be shy. Sign up for these committees. We all need everyone's help. We all have to work as a community to get these kids the resources and the things that they want and they need.
So one event that we did last year was raising money through a luncheon. Once a month, we're trying to provide lunch for about $10. They'll get a meat with 2 sides. We did very well last year. We will send notices home, so please check your notice. We also do the automated telephone calls and we do class dojo. So, we will also need help with that, like in serving, it's 3 periods. What else? Or 2 periods, actually. The popcorn fundraiser is only for 4 days. They only allow us 4 days to sell popcorn. We'll get 50% back. We're gonna do it a couple of times. We're also gonna have spring pictures. We did good on that. Oh, the bake sale, we will have bake sales once a month as well, maybe with the lunch. We're gonna have a spring talent show as well as a winter fashion show. So we will need all the help we can get to try to raise these funds for our children. If y'all have any ideas, any people who can donate, sponsors, companies that will sponsor, please don't hesitate to let us know.
Mr. VP basket. Mm-hmm.
So once again, we know this is the first step, this is the first meeting, but we need consistency. We need support from everybody as a community that we had when we were growing up, that if we seen or somebody's auntie seeing us outside doing something that we weren't supposed to do, they went and told our mother. This is the type of community that we're gonna need to support our young people, to uplift them and empower them to do bigger and better things. All right, so I do thank you guys for your time, because I know the daily grind is tough. When you're going to work, you're providing for your kids, you're picking up your kids, you have to make sure that they're bathed and they're washed and that they that their homework is done. So we do appreciate the effort that you guys are putting forward. It shows a lot. Just continue to tell a friend so that the PTA could grow, could thrive, and it's all for our children, as we all know. So I do thank you guys for coming out and taking the time.
Does anybody have any questions for us or have any ideas for any type of fundraising events or anything that you would like to see or how we can better serve you as a PTA?
Yes. Pay in advance, yes.
Anybody else?
We would like to introduce Mr. Leader,
Mr. Leader,
our parent coordinator.
we want to say thank you as the executive board for all your help setting this meeting up and everything that you do. We would not be able to do this without you, so we appreciate you, everything that you do for the school and for the executive board.
I appreciate you guys too, the three. I appreciate you guys as well. You three have been on the board for the past 3 years. And then Mr. Nickens is now our first dad ever on the board. Give him a round of applause. In the history of Pelham Gardens, the first dad ever, newest member of the executive board. And, you know, you guys have done a great job, you know, very enthusiastic. You're trying to do as much as you can for the kids. I appreciate you guys as well. But it's really important that every parent, as a community, as a parent-teacher association, comes together, whether you give money, you give time, you have resources, volunteer for events or whatever it is. We may do things in the school where you can volunteer to come in the lunchroom and see how things work in the lunchroom. You can sit in on a class, you know, Mr. McGee may, you know, we may schedule that. Maybe possibly chaperoning trips, you know, things like that. All of those things contribute to the school community and contribute to the PTA being a great governing body, you know, for the school. So with that said, we need you guys to come up with ideas, to, you know, be enthusiastic. This is the first time in the history of Pelham Gardens that we've actually got the board elected in May. So this way they were able to start and have the first meeting in September, rocking and rolling. Previous years, it's been, you know, October, November, where we were doing the elections. So we lost like a month and a half, almost 2 months. So right now we're in a really good position to rock and roll, to move forward, to do what we got to do. But these great parents, they're wonderful, they're excellent, but they can't do it alone. So you, and you, whoever's there, they need your help. They need your help. They need your ideas. They need your brains, because as a parent association, parent-teacher association, one voice can't really do a lot, but what they say, all the voices can make a lot of noise. You know, one person can't do a lot, but all together, we can make a change and we can make a difference. So with that said, I won't be long-winded. I need you guys to come with the ideas, harass me, hit me up on Class Dojo, hit them up, let them know, like, listen, I got this idea. You know, I think we can do this, and it's possible we can do this. I can clear stuff with Mr. McGee. I have an open door policy with him. So let's make it happen. 2025, 2026 parents, let's do it. That's it.
Anyone have any questions, suggestions? If not, then we can adjourn this meeting. Yes. Oh, definitely. We're open for anything. Anyone else?
Maybe someone on Zoom.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
I know you guys work very closely with the other schools in the building. Is there anything you guys can think of that maybe we can do building-wide to try to get our children to have air-conditioned shared spaces? That was something we struggled with in our elementary school, and it actually came together and they got air conditioners for the gymnasium and the auditorium and the lunchrooms, and I feel like it made a big difference. So I was wondering if anything was in the works for that, or if there was something we can maybe do.
Well, I can address that. So it's extremely hot in this auditorium, as you guys know. And if you think it's hot now, imagine what it's like when we have graduation at the end in June. It is not pretty here. And that's why, like, we've been doing graduation starting at 9:30, 9 a.m. to have it as quick as possible because it is so hot. But there's some hope. I spoke with someone from the community board, and supposedly money is being pledged so that we can get air conditioning in the auditorium and the gymnasium. But I'm not gonna promise, but supposedly this is in the works because we've been lobbying for this for such a long time. let's all keep our fingers crossed and hopefully it's gonna be a reality. But supposedly we are getting a grant for air conditioning in the auditorium and the gymnasium.
That's excellent. Thank you. And if there's anything we can do as parents to help push that, please let us know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will definitely harass you.
If that's all, yes. A concern with the soap in the bathroom.
I'll escalate that to the custodian myself.
Okay.
And please, any of you, please tell your children, if there's ever a situation where they go, there's always an attendant outside the bathroom. So their first line is to go to the attendant outside the bathroom that they sign out with and say, hey, listen, there's no soap in there. Because normally what happens is they'll go to the main office will call the custodians, and somebody will come up. But so just please, for all of you, tell your kids if there's ever, whatever products that they need are not in there, let the attendant outside know. And they'll tell the main office, who will then call the custodians, because they're pretty responsive. If we tell them, but sometimes they don't know it. Unfortunately, sometimes kids are in there doing things with soap that they shouldn't be playing around, being silly, and it gets exhausted quicker than the custodians expected. But if they know that it's empty, they're good about coming.
And the custodians are quick to come upstairs.
Yeah.
I do have another question regarding bathrooms, actually, that it came up. I've never went into a restroom in the school. I'm just wondering, are the restrooms equipped properly for our young ladies to care for themselves as they need to?
So there are, without being graphic, right? So we always.
Yes, I was trying to word it gently.
So we normally have stuff in a dispensary. What we found that sometimes people were taking that out. So parents, so students, if that stuff is not in there, they go to the main office and we have everything on hand. They can ask Ms. Diaz, who's the secretary, and she'll get it immediately. We have all of those things. Anything not in the bathroom, it's in the main office, and Ms. Diaz is great with that. She'll discreetly bring the girl and get her whatever she needs.
Okay, I know there was concern about not being able to bring things out of the classroom to the bathroom, and I know that is an exception, but how to discreetly do that for, them for their privacy maybe, and just concerned about like the garbage receptacles in the bathrooms.
In the garbage receptacles, in terms of what? In terms of.
Just of availability, like in some public restrooms, they have little garbage receptacles within the stall, or is it just outside of the stall?
I'll speak with the custodians about seeing if there's something that we could outfit within a door. Never thought about that. I don't know if there's space, but I'll have that conversation.
Yeah. Sorry, I know I've been in the school for a few years, but it's my first time having daughters in the school, so now all these new things come in my brain.
You wouldn't have known that.
I'll be right
You're
there.
not a female. Thank you, Ms. Matias. We have another question.
I'm happy she brought that up. This is something that I brought up last year. On that very time, there was a workshop for young girls that you guys had. And I said to someone, I don't remember the woman's name, but I said, how come you didn't include the boys? So I would like to propose that if you guys are gonna have a workshop discussing that to our young girls, you should actually include the boys as well.
Yeah.
But this is something that most don't have.
Yes.
And I think that is wonderful. I don't know if you want to have girls so they get their giggles out, and then maybe bring the girls and the boys back together to have the conversation.
Right,
Because I
right,
think it's important.
right. Yeah, I agree.
If you're gonna have a workshop in
Ms. Perez was asking what she said because she didn't hear it.
I think
Yes.
So for after school, I'm the after school director for ASPIRA New York. So we have something in collaboration with Pelham Gardens called On My Ground, which talks about young women empowerment, things of that nature, adolescent to adulthood. I did speak to Mr. McGee because it wasn't a concern of mine to start not only a girls club, but we are going to start a boys club. Something similar to Out of My Crown, but more into to teaching them how to put on the tie, teaching them how to gear up if they're 14, to show them that's how you keep, what does the resume look like. Backrooming, all of that other stuff that you guys are just talking about. I think it's important that we call our middle schoolers not students, but young adults. Adolescents to adulthood is important, especially for this generation, because they have no clue what they're walking into, even at the age of 14. Had SYEP last year for the summer, 14 years old, had no idea what to do. So it's important that parents, you guys gotta meet us halfway. If it's a concern in after school that is, if there's a concern in day school that after school can help, and I can have that conversation with Mr. McGee, you guys have ideas, please be in tune to bring it to me so I can bring it to you. All right?
So let me just make sure I understand you. So you're not asking about their ability to have their phone. You're saying you're good with that. So our primary relocation spot in the event of an emergency is Truman High School. Truman, if there was ever a situation in which we did have to relocate, we'd be utilizing, so the Gamma system is what sends those automatic email and text message alerts to you guys. You probably receive it in terms of when the PTA meetings are taking place. You would get a message like that. It would be posted on Class Dojo as well. And in addition to that, the advisor would also be actively making phone calls to parents as well. But just so you know, our primary relocation destination is Truman High School. You're very welcome.
I have a question, Mr. McGee. And just in the climate of how the world is right now, unfortunately, is there any type of drill that you guys do for like an active shooter or anything like that with the kids here?
Oh,
Is
we
that-
have soft lockdown drills, hard lockdown drills, and I don't know if you saw, I sent the calendar for all of the fall drills. I sent that out, which is something that we don't normally do, but I said that I want them because I want parents to know if your child comes home and says, we had a lockdown drill. For example, we're having a lockdown drill tomorrow. It was scheduled to be at 9:00 a.m., but we're having our second day of math testing, so we moved it up to 8:50. But yeah, those drills are mandatory. So there's some of them which the students have to be able to hide and be out of the line sight. If you look in the window of a classroom, doors are locked. There are other drills where it's not a threat, but we just don't want people in the hallway, but they just have to stay seated, remain doing the work, but they can't go to the bathroom or anything like that. But yes, all those different scenarios, we have drills.
And I just want to chime in on that. After school also follows the same drills. It is a DOA requirement that every month we have fire drills and lockdown. I know that for DOH, the regulations do 2 lockdown drills per year. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances of this area, we have done it every month for the students since I've been. Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so, hi parents, how you doing?
You want the, Mr. Knox, can you use, because we have,
It gets very loud.
Mr. Knox, the problem is we have parents on Zoom and they can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Everybody. Okay, so yesterday was the first day of after school. There are some concerns that I'm having. One of them is pickup. I know last year, a lot of parents, and I know the traffic, Gun Hill is very, very hectic between 5 and 6. Everybody has to be out of the building by 6 o'clock. That's including me. I don't have a permit after 6. You guys can also pick up your kids early. The earliest that you could pick them up is 4:30. Anytime after that, they gotta be picked up by 6. Is there any questions on that before I continue? No. Second thing is, once your kids leave the gate area, even the door, and your child is outside and you're outside waiting by your car, and they come back and ask me, can they use the restroom? The answer is no. I cannot have any students leave and come back in, and I'm quite sure this is Mr. McGee's policy during regular dismissal. Unfortunately, they had ample time to ask, can they use the restroom? They don't ask because they're playing around. So is there any questions on that? Is there any questions in regards to after school? Okay, that's it.
Thank you, parents, for joining us. We will have our next meeting, next month. Notices will be going out within 2 weeks prior to the meeting. And see you next month. Adjourn, meeting's adjourned.
All right, thank you, Ms. McGee.
Thank you so much.
Send me a text.